G-I-G-G-S. No. Rhodri.
Is there anything that Lionel Messi is better than you at?
It's opinions. I respect your opinions. Maybe in your opinion Messi is better than me, but in my mind I'm better than him.
I do it again.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Like scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month. I don't rap much. I just hit the money and go stack up. Only buy car cards and get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up.
Don't unplug anything. Yep. Let's go. Clap hands there. Sinker. Professional, see? Add it in because it could be a
t-shirt in the way.
Yes, indeed.
Did you wear yours?
I know. You had to do that, didn't you?
I brought mine.
He brought his. Podcast Nation. You can do it now for Rhodri Giggs and Rhodri Giggs on Football Friday 7:30.
I'll just start it.
What's happening? Yes, guys, I'm Ty. Welcome to Ace Podcast Nation, the home of Rhodri Giggs on Football, where we will round up all the biggest football news of the week, talk a bit of this, talk a bit of that, as always, bit of analysis, bit of gossip, and of course, brutally honest opinions, as always. I am joined, of course, by the man himself, ex-Salford City, ex-FC United, Mosley, Aberystwyth Town, Bangor City, and a host of other clubs. Mr. Rhodri Giggs, how are you, mates?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Always good, mate. Always good. Powering on, as they say. No, it's
busy week coming to the end of the term now. Got like a week left. It's like it's a slog. It's a slog. It's a long term. So we've got 1 week off. Just a week, and Christmas, and then So. But this term, but
feels long.
Not good.
Indeed, mate. Well,
we're professionals. We carry on. Go on.
Indeed, mate. There's loads of football stories to talk about. Obviously, it's been the international break. Before we kind of fly through all the various stories, I do want to get your opinion on Wales. And Craig Bellamy, another 4 points, 8 from 4 games. What did you feel? Because it feels a little bit.
What scores did we put? What scores do we predict?
Oh, I can't remember, mate, for the Wales games.
I can.
Did you?
2-0 and 1-0. I was close. I was thinking we're going to get 2-0, and then they scored 2 goals out of nowhere. So I told you Iceland won't be easy.
Yeah, it was interesting. They changed their starting lineup, and they had a much younger starting lineup than the previous game. A lot of the older players were on the bench, and look, the second half they were really impressive. They came at Wales, they pressed well. It's weird. Like I had said to Harry on the Welsh podcast last week that I would be happy with another 4 points from these 2 games. But when you're 2-0 up at half time, it always feels disappointing when you don't win that game. And I don't know. It's weird because I felt like at halftime, I just thought Wales could have sat in and been compact and then tried to hit him on the break. But we were wide open in the second half. Like the defense was so wide apart. And yeah, it's just one of those things. Iceland, a well-coached side. And Wales didn't have So in the Montenegro game, when a similar thing happened after the halftime break, Montenegro came at them a little bit, but they brought on Joe Allen, who's vastly experienced, who just sat in the middle of the pitch, kind of calmed all the younger players down or the less experienced players down. Whereas they didn't have that on the Friday, and a few of those younger lads, I think, got a bit flustered. You know, there was a few bookings flying around and stuff. Ultimately, made points from the first 4 games. Probably would have taken that, if I'm honest. Do you agree with that?
Especially when, if you put in the mix the last game, we had Aaron Ramsey out, Brendan Johnson out. Who else?
Ampadu, Jordan James, just to help your whole
midfield. Daniel James. So all these players probably would start in the big games. So to still get a result and not miss a beat, and seem to know the players seem to know what positions and what jobs they've got. Very impressive, you know that, when you just turn it around like that and you get players playing it like a club mentality. Very good, that.
Yeah, they all seem to know the systems he want to play. He's clearly got attention to detail.
Harry Wilson's a very good player as well. Very good player.
Yeah, he really come to the party, haven't he, in these 4 games under Bellamy. But there was a few I thought who put their name, threw their name out there for starters. I thought Josh Sheenan on the Monday against Montenegro was excellent in that number as a single pivot. I also thought Kabanga, when he came on late against Iceland and defended well, and then he started on the Monday and did very well as well. So,
it's good they can push the teammates, but the problem we've had in the past is when players have been injured. That's when we've not been able to keep the same quality. Where he seems to have fixed that, because, like I just said, 4 or 5 players are out who would probably start in a big game, and they played very well, very well. Second game, anyway, the first 50, 60 minutes in Iceland, they played very well as well. But you'd expect Iceland to come back in it. Had a good 10 minutes now, but the home game, it was domination. Even though it was only 1-0.
Are you, obviously you were there when I spoke to Craig Bellamy for a couple of hours. Were you, have you been surprised how quickly he's been able to implement? Because he doesn't play the same system every game either.
To be honest, no. Because how he spoke with confidence. I believed what he was saying. And so, no, and especially seeing the first game, and then the way he spoke after it, they'll only get better, and they have. So whatever he's said has come to fruition. So no, I've expected what he said, and because the way he said it, he convinced me the way he said it, and like I said, he so far it's been very good. Like he said, how he was gonna. They want him to play, to bring in different players in from different clubs, even if they're in League One or League Championship or the Premiership. And it's been good.
It's been refreshing, mate, isn't it? To see Wales playing that type of attacking, possession-based football is really refreshing, because I think it was a bit turgid under Robert Page at times. There's clearly the players there. You look at the 21s, there's some incredible players in the 21s and the 19s coming through. Of course, they're young. But, when you look at, Ethan Ampadu and these guys, they're only early to mid-20s, apart from Harry Wilson, who's 27. He's a bit older.
Because they were blooded so early, some of these players have played 40, 50 games already. They're not even 23, 24.
Off the top of your head, mate, right? How old do you reckon Nico Williams is?
Nico Williams is probably but he's only young. I'd say he's 22, 23.
Yeah, he's 23. I think he's got
like I said, they're all blooded, mate. They were blooded 4 or 5 years ago. So they've had 4 or 5 years of international football, and they're only 22, 23. Same with Ethan Ampadu. Same with Daniel James. Same with some of them. This is why it was important to blood them in, because it's just
Well, Harry Wilson was 16 when he made his debut for Wales. Look at him now; he's flying. And I mean, with all those quality players in the 21s and the 19s, if they're able to do the same thing, you look at Kumas, they've had him in. Owen Beck's been in the squad. Cullen from Swansea. Ruben Colwell's been in and about there as well. If they do the same sort of thing with those, where they're early 20s, teens now, by the time they're mid 20s, they're going to have 50 caps under their belt, and
they're not coming into a struggling environment. They're coming into a healthy environment where everyone's playing very well, and like I say, it's like a club mentality, and that's what you want when you're playing international football, where everyone knows where they're going to be, what kind of passes, what kind of foot they want to receive it on, all that kind of little small details. Yeah, they matter.
He's also given the goalkeepers a chance, like an equal opportunity to grasp that number one spot ready for the World Cup qualifiers. In the first two games of the qualifiers, I thought Carl Darlow slightly edged it, although I thought Danny Ward was exceptional with his feet. But then this time round, I thought Danny Ward was slightly better, and Darlow looked a little bit shaky with his feet. He was going a bit long and losing the ball a bit. Do you think he genuinely is just going to keep rotating them like game for game, or do you think he's having a look before he makes a decision ahead of the qualifiers?
Probably having a look. To be honest.
You need at least, you need a couple of decent keepers, don't you, at the end of the day?
Yeah, you're probably having a look, and he's probably told him that. No, he doesn't seem like a manager that keeps him in the dark. You're going to play here, you're going to play here, you're going to play there, and I'll make my decision after it.
Yeah, and I think
that gives them both a chance. So then, and all you want as a player, as a manager, to be honest with you, don't talk shit to me. Because you can see right through it. Most of them can see right through it. Just be honest. Don't talk shit unless you're fucking. You're an Alex Ferguson who sometimes talks shit. Who used to leave players out, and the reasons you used to give him for leaving out was comical. But you could get away with it. But yeah, in the most, you just want a manager to be honest with you. I mean, he's probably said that. Give them 2 games, 3 games each, and then we'll take it from there. Not much more. You both getting a chance and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think
that's a clean, healthy competition.
Of course,
nothing wrong with that. It's just, and that's what you want.
I think the other thing as well is that obviously neither of them is starting for their clubs, so having that game time for both of them is probably important. But good start for Wales. I think. Obviously, the next game away at Turkey is going to be very difficult, and then they've got the home game to Iceland to finish off the Nations League. Would you be happy with another 4 points in those next 2 games? Away at Turkey is a tough game.
But who's at home?
Iceland at home. Yeah.
So no, mate. You want to go out and win. A draw would be an okay result, but you can go out there and win. He won't be going out there thinking, let's get a draw.
No, I know that.
We're doing that. So why should I?
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, I think the one thing which we are doing is we're scoring goals away from home. So, you'd fancy Wales to get at least one.
Creating chances. Some of the players are playing well, scoring goals in the club. So, yeah, it's all good, mate. They've got options. He's got depth now. He can bring young players on who are not afraid, who can perform and express themselves. So, yeah, it's good, but it's still very early, but very good signs.
Sticking on the international front, mate. England named their new manager, Thomas Tuchel, which I would assume rules him out of them replacing Eric Ten Hag.
Isn't he German?
He is
German.
What do you think of it? Because I've seen it's very, very mixed amongst the media and the fans, in fairness. Some people are just like, well, he's the best man for the job. Some people are like, he's German. Right,
how much money have they spent on St. George Park?
Oh, God knows, but it's millions.
Right, so what's that supposed to do?
Well, I would assume it's supposed to produce coaches
great players, coaches. So and they spend 6-7 million on. To be honest with you, I don't care. I really don't.
I know that, mate. But ultimately, if he's the best man for the job at the moment, if there's not an English coach there now,
he's not the best man for the job.
Ready?
He's not
you don't think so? So who is then?
Pep Guardiola.
Well, who they went to him first, and he said no. So, the best available.
Really, there's not English managers that. All right, he's won the Champions League. He's won the Champions League. He's won the league in Bayern Munich. So he's got good pedigree. But yeah, if I was like if a Welshman, like some German come on, no. There's enough people out there. Why don't they just go like, fuck it, let's just go like Wayne Rooney or Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard, because these they're getting jobs and getting players that weren't on their level. Some of these players are on their level, so it should be out of court. It's all about motivating, being tactically astute. Are they tactically astute? That's probably the question. But to go German, yeah, it's just not for me. Not for me.
Interesting, actually. Like Wayne Rooney said, he was surprised. He said he thought Thomas Tuchel was an excellent coach, but he was surprised that the FA have gone for him. I believe that up until that Greece game, they had eyes on Lee Carsley, I think, as grooming him to just let him carry on. Unfortunately, it all kind of fell apart a bit tactically in that game. And I don't know whether that's the reason why.
But I think they pulled the trigger too early. Well, all right, is that a disappointment? How does he react? What's his reaction? And let's see if they still beat Greece now and we still qualify and we still win the group. Let's have a look at that. Instead, they panicked and threw £7 million on someone for 18 months. And probably more. Yeah. That's more because that's just a year. So, and plus, to be honest, I think they panicked because some of the football has been very good. Yes, very good. He's gambled and he's lost, especially at home at Wembley as well, which you can't do. And it was bad. And then, like I've said before, his interviews come across a bit feeble, and then all this remit bollocks. So, yeah, he's talked himself out of the job for me. Not his football or his decision on football. It's out of football. That's it got him not got him the job, in my opinion.
It's a strange one, mate, because like for me, that Greece game was almost like a weird one-off game because it was such an emotional game for the Greece, for the Greek players, for the fans, because of that lad who died. Like it was a very emotional occasion. Yeah, and I just think like if that's I don't know if that's the case, but if they did pull the trigger there, I do agree that see how he reacts, because up until then he had done pretty well on the football side of it. I agree his interviews weren't particularly inspiring, but his tactics and his football was pretty good. So, and I thought it was quite refreshing to see some different faces in there. At the back, for instance.
Who would have thought of Angel Gomez? Yeah. Now he's always going to. He'll probably be always in that squad because he plays that role comfortably. He's comfortable on the ball, can play, can get out of sticky situations, knows his position. And who would have thought of putting him there? Not I would have. But because he's known him, because he's come through the under-21s, he's got this rapport and this relationship, then you're halfway there. So he knows the player inside out already. And most of them who are in that squad know him. So that's half the battle. It's just not worked out for them, unfortunately. The panic. So in my opinion, the panic.
Theo's just put in the chat. He says Tuchel was top of United's shortlist to replace Ten Hag, and the FA have gone in there first. Have the FA gone to Tuchel because they think there's a chance United will go in for him, because he doesn't start until January?
I don't think they would have gone back for him.
But then what happens if? And Carsley now in the November international break, England win 5-0 both games. They're absolutely incredible.
I'll go back to what people have said. They jumped the gun. If they still qualify and still do very well and qualify, you know, why? What's the panic? He's had a bad result. Let's see how we react. It's like you say, how we play. If you lose a ball, what's your reaction? Well, he's had a bit of disappointment. Let's see how he reacts. Instead, they've panicked. Yeah, and there we are.
So, Theo's just put something else in there. And I'm interested, like particularly what he's saying, because he's an Englishman. Obviously, me and you are both Welsh, so it's like, you know, we don't really care either way. But he says the problem with England is Foden hasn't been shown the same form for England. He's hadn't got a start. Putting Bellingham ahead of Watkins was stupidity against Greece. You needed an out-and-out striker. Yeah, he kind of went with that, like a false nine thing, didn't he, with Bellingham and Foden, was it? And like people.
Yeah, he gambled and he gambled and he got it wrong. But to call up Solanke and have Watkins there, and just to not have Kane there, give Watkins a flipping, give him a go. Now Kane's he's injured or he's not available. Give Watkins a go. Instead, took the easy option, the big names, Bellingham, Foden, Palmer, and they're all, it just didn't work. But a real good coach would have made a decision real quickly. 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, doesn't really matter. Let's change it, boss. But because of the big characters, they're going to make him look silly, and he's not a big enough character to do that. So, and he didn't want to put anyone's nose out of joint. So instead of making a decision that this is not working, I need to change this, he fucking, it was too late, and Greece fully deserved the win. Jamaican, Steve McLaren, boy.
But then, like, in the same way, though, right? If Parsley hasn't got the strength of character or the whatever you want, the tactical nous or the respect of the players, whatever you want to describe.
I didn't say respect. I didn't say it's got
all right. If he hasn't got the balls to do it, then surely someone like Tuchel will have the balls to make the big calls and not go with the big numbers.
I don't think he made that tactical mistake.
Well, that's what I mean. But if he does, will he correct it straight away? Like, you know, because he's that.
You would think so. You would think so. He's that type of character. You would think so.
So do you think
it takes a strong character to do that, mate? You're admitting you're wrong, but and also you're putting the player's nose out of joint by bringing him off after 30 minutes.
Well, we saw Jose do it many a time, haven't we? Make a sub after. We've seen Jose do it many a time. 30, 40 minutes in, I've got this wrong. Someone off.
I've literally done it on the 44th, 43rd minute. And then when I'm coming off, the chairman just said to me, "Why didn't you wait till half time?" He was fucking annoying me. He had to come off. I won't wait till half time. I'd seen enough. That was when I was manager at Salford. That. So I'd seen enough. That was it. You could have waited till half time. I had a chat. Nah, seen enough.
So here's another kind of final question on Tuchel as England manager then, because he's clearly a good manager. He doesn't seem to stay around long anyway. So, you know, a couple of years or whatever. Do you think he's the guy that could win something for him?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
All the people who are kind of mixed on him, like some want him, some don't.
But this is what I mean. Even if they do win, in some people's eyes, at least 25% of people's eyes, it will be tainted because he's German. I don't know that. Yeah, it's just I would feel the same as well because, yeah, you're still gonna have fun. You're gonna celebrate it, but in the back of the mind, you know, it's not Sir Alf Ramsey, is it? It's Sir Thomas Tuchel. It's not that same thing, does it?
No. It's an interesting one for me because, like, I think.
But they definitely can win something with him because he's won before.
He is an elite manager,
yeah.
And I would argue
that Pottering or Eddie Howe, they haven't won anything like it.
Like, so that if you look at it another way, is Thomas Tuchel and the best elite manager who's available to take over that job? because I can't really think of another manager who's won the big trophies who would command the respect of the players. And
I think you're giving Zinedine Zidane a disservice.
Yeah, I mean, I forget about him because he hasn't had a job for so long, mate, in fairness. But
that's why
you are right.
Because you are old and you're forgetful.
Mate, you're older than me. Come on. I've played that game.
Woo!
So, yeah, Thomas Tuchel, I mean, it remains to be seen. Ultimately, if he does well, people will be behind him. If he doesn't, people will slate him. Then he'll be handed out of the job quick enough. It's just the way football fans are, the way English fans are. It will happen, like, you know.
Go back to my previous statement. I don't care.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's going to be entertaining to watch one way or the other when the wheels come off. So, Premier League and the rest of it's all back, mate. But just before we switch to that, have you caught the Paul Pogba interview, which he's done? Well, he's done a couple now, but he's done this week with ESPN and Sky, kind of opening up about his ban, his time at United, a few different bits and pieces. Have you seen any of that?
I'll follow on to my previous statement. I don't care. No.
It's
like his Pogamentary. I didn't care for that either. Pogamentary. Go on, what? Sorry.
I was just going to say, like, that 4-year ban seemed super extreme. Obviously, it got taken down to an 18-month thing. Do you feel for him in any way? Like, it seems as if, from what I'm reading, it seems like it was a tainted supplement of some kind. So he's not, like, intentionally taking a performance-enhancing drug or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel for him on that aspect, yeah, because, you know, it doesn't come across as me as a cheat. So, yeah, he's probably been unfortunate, but 4 years is a bit excessive. 18 months. Yeah, he's probably signed serve that now, so he's probably back soon. So, but yeah, you know, these people you go through peaks and valleys, you know, in life, and it's all about how you recover, how you react, and you know, hopefully. How old is he now? Him? It must be 30 now. 30 odd.
I'm not sure if he's 30 or 27. I'll just have a look now. He's
31.
Sorry, I said I'm not sure. Yeah, 31.
A fit lad. Still got 3 or 4. Although he's big, he's still got 3 or 4 years left in him. And yeah, it's just a difficult situation in it. But yeah, another thing I don't care about.
It was interesting because he said his relationship with Jose Mourinho was like girlfriend and boyfriend, like they were very back and forth, all that sort of thing. But actually, I think his best football for United, like in that second spell, came under Jose. But then it was when they fell out that they had an issue. But they had that one season where they run United City close from a points point of view or positional point of view. But
no dispute he's a good player, but question his mentality. Winning mentality.
Like
when you're just reading something on something on Instagram, Rio Ferdinand's ringing Wayne Rooney up, saying, what's going on? I'm just seeing these two singing and dancing in the change room, and Wayne's like, that's how it is now. And there were 6 in the league. What you done? Yeah. So it was it's a mentality in it. So,
question: is he a player, right? From a talent point of view, he should have been up there with your Messis, your Ronaldos, your Zidans, all these people who went past.
No,
but would you argue? No, just on ability. But would you argue that his mentality meant that he never got remotely close to those players?
These players are phenomenons. Zinedine Zidane, seeing him live, he was massive, and he had the touch of a butterfly. It was just, both feet, just never give the ball away. Just, these are people, and then you talk about Messi and Ronaldo on a different level for that. So, no, Nowhere near it. Maybe like on a Kevin De Bruyne level, yeah, he could have been that. But no, he still won the World Cup. Let's not do him disservice. He was very good in the World Cup, and we've seen it in the change room how he was galvanising his players and his team talk. So he's got that in him. But it's got to be like Roy Keane, consistent week in, week out. As soon as the game's finished, Monday, it's like, yeah, forget about that. What's next? Next game. And it's like every week, and he doesn't have that. Doesn't have it.
So is the reason that he perhaps didn't match the heights at a club level because of his mentality towards that type of mentality of winning and just going again?
Yeah.
Because it's no doubt he's got the ability.
Documentaries, clotheslines, Instagram, TikToks. It's all distractions. All these top players didn't have any of that. Don't have distractions. They have focus. So was 100% focus on football, he'd have been an elite player. He was a very good player, but that's the difference between the elite, the very good, and the good. Okay.
Another one who kind of opened up, or there was a bit of an article about him this week, was Jesse Lingard, from the same era at United, really, and accused of a lot of the same things. The rest of it.
Jesse wasn't always like that. He wasn't always like that, though. He wasn't always like that, but yeah.
But again, he's 31 years old, Jesse Lingard, and now, regardless of whether you think he was ever going to be like good enough to play for United week in, week out, he's clearly a decent footballer with something to offer, and at 31 is now playing in, with the greatest of respect, he's playing for Seoul, FC Seoul in the K League. Should he be playing at what is perceived to be a higher level?
Yes, he should. Yeah, he should. But what he should have done is go back to West Ham or stayed at West Ham. You make decisions.
Yeah, he came back, didn't he?
You make decisions to back yourself, and he's backed himself, and ultimately failed for whatever reason. But he's failed because he had a very, very, very good spell at West Ham. He was probably one of the top boys there. He's probably still playing for England now, but now he's where? Korea.
In the K League for Seoul. Korea, I think.
Yeah, so eating noodles for breakfast, dinner and tea. Great.
I mean, in fairness, it seems like he had a lot of family issues behind the scenes that people didn't know about, and he was caring for his relatives and stuff, which I got the greatest respect for him for doing that and turning up for work every week and still trying to do it.
Mate, I know his dad really well, Roy, as well. He's a good person. He's good people. He's been brought up the right way. When people get a bit of dough, it's just
distractions, mate, isn't it? Yeah, and I think when you then got real life distractions as well. Scaling
business, and he did it the hard way as well, mate. He went on loan to here, he went on loan to there, and his dad used to say, "What do you think I should do? I should just keep doing what he's doing, mate. Otherwise, they didn't want him. They'd just sell him." And he didn't. Kept on putting him out. He went to Ipswich, did well. So everywhere he went out, he did well and ended up coming back. And then obviously he got his chance and then had a good spell, got in the England side. Yeah, so he had a good run, but just couldn't keep it going.
Yeah, and I think going back to what you were saying about Pogba, about the distractions, it becomes then even harder if you've got those kind of clothing lines and all the rest of it. But then when you have real life distractions as well, like you've got to care for your relatives or
that becomes for anything.
Yeah, of course, and it becomes even more difficult, doesn't it? It's And the most public are not privileged to this information, so they make up their own mind or whatever. He's got kids. Used to take a lot of abuse and stuff on social media. But you're right. Like when he was coming through at United and going out on loan and stuff, he didn't have the same
Have you got up there how many clubs he went to on loan? No. I thought you were looking at it then. No, don't.
No, I could certainly find out. Do you ever foresee him coming back? He seems like he's very happy where he is now. So is that more important, do you think, than whether he can achieve what he wants to achieve?
It's up to him, mate. It's up to him, and he's still young. He's fit, Jesse. Got
a young family.
Just obviously niggling injuries of late, but looks like he's back playing. So,
funny enough, you said about Wayne Rooney criticised or said was talking about them dancing in the changing room and stuff. I just saw a headline saying Paul Pogba's replied to that, so I'll have a look at that now. It's quite interesting. So he went on loan to Leicester, Birmingham, Brighton, Derby, West Ham in total, and then obviously moved to Nottingham Forest before moving to Seoul.
So wait a minute, he didn't play for Ipswich. We're not Ipswich. Where did I get to? Brighton.
No, Leicester, Birmingham, Brighton, Derby.
Brighton. They're not Ipswich. Brighton.
Yeah. And in fairness to him, mate, all but Forest, he only played a couple of games for Leicester, but all of those loans and periods, except for the Forest where he signed permanent before he went to Seoul, he produced the goods. West Ham, he scored 9.
Every time he went on loan, he did well, and he was recalled back. He didn't go on loan and just didn't perform. He went out and did really well. So he did have a good attitude, and then once he got in the first team, did very, very well. And all this Jay Lings and all this yeah, and then obviously off-field problems or issues that unforeseen. So yeah, it's just one of them unfortunate deals, isn't it?
So, taking it away from Pogba and Lingard, but kind of keeping it on the similar subject, is this a general problem within football in the Premier League and the top level, from agents and brand deals and all these different things?
Well, who's the best team in the league? Who's the best?
Manchester City.
Do they have any issues?
No.
Right, no.
Right. Well, they're not short of a few.
Why do they have any issues?
Because to focus on football, I would imagine.
Oh, but what's the main reason why they don't have issues?
Well, because the manager keeps them in line and they all pull in the same direction.
Because of Pep Guardiola. So if you've got a stern person at the top, do we have any issues at Liverpool? When Klopp was there? Do we have any issues when Alex Ferguson was there? If they were kept under or dealt with swiftly. So they don't. These top don't have any issues. They don't have it. Or if they do, don't hear about them. Or if they do, they get dealt with really quickly. Boom, moved on. Look at Cancelo. What happened to him? Boom. See you later. Got. So the top ones deal with it really quickly and they move on. They don't fucking dwell on it. And it becomes a story and it drags. Like the Yap Stam. Gone. Boom.
Wasn't that over he wrote a book during the season or something like that?
Yeah.
Was it something like that?
Yeah.
And that's mad because he was.
Then again, he later admits that it was a mistake, but that's how he dealt with it. Boom, gone. See you later.
Massive decision that was to get rid of Stan.
David Beckham. All right, you want a challenge, mate? Boom. See you later. So, these top managers, that's how they dealt with him.
Yeah, no messing. There's no one bigger than the club. There's the managers in charge, and
managers always in charge. No, managers number one. As the guy from people won't remember Escape from New York. The Duke is number one.
The Premier League is back this weekend, mate, and we got some fixtures to have a little discussion.
Any chance you catching me up on this FPL here? Because I'm sick of scrolling down. It takes me too long to scroll down to find you where you are.
I haven't looked at it, mate, for 2 weeks. So I promise I'll have a look at it tomorrow and try and sort it out. But I could say the same about you with the prediction league, but it's not my style. I don't need to wind you in. How are you feeling about Manchester United going into the weekend then, mate? Got some injuries. Kobe Mainoo's out for a month.
Who is?
Kobe. Or Cobby, as it is.
He needs a rest. He needs a rest. Fucking playing him too much. Relying on a fucking 18-year-old after spent £1 billion or whatever.
I've been saying for weeks that they should be playing at the moment where they are. They need experience and stability. Play Ugarte and Casemiro together and give Casemiro a bit more freedom.
I play Ugarte. I play Ericsson.
Maybe Bruno. But that's where me and you disagree on Bruno. I would give Bruno a rest. I just think he's played so much football in the last 18 months, 2 years. Yeah, but just give him a break, mate. Like,
just an international break, chilling in Spain, not in Portugal.
Yeah, where he's played again, 90 minutes twice.
2 games in 2 weeks. In the lap. In the lap. Not flying coach, mate. Have you seen these fucking planes they're flying? Fucking beds and shit in there. So, just, you know, it's not like they've been struggling. 5-star hotels, spas, jacuzzis, massages. Yeah, it's a real fucking struggle, yeah. Give him a rest. But he's not the type of person who wants to rest. You don't want to piss your captain off and say, yeah, we're going to leave you out today, Bruno. What?
Yeah, I guess. But he's not doing it,
That's why your team's bottom.
But he's not performing, though, mate.
The manager's been taking advice of you. Cardiff City's manager's been taking advice of Side, and that's why they're bottom.
There we go. I'll get a
Any news on this? Any news on the new manager there? What?
No, it looks like they're going to... I think...
A week to sort it out.
Well, I think they're going to keep this guy and keep Omar Risa in charge for the time being. And if he does all right in the next couple of games, I think they might keep him till January.
It's not plan that, or is it? Just seeing what happens.
It's not. Like, as much as I think Slaven Bilic is a good choice, like I do think he's a good choice. He ticks a lot of the boxes that you'd want. I wouldn't wait for anyone until January, mate, because I think he could just completely...
He's only 2 months away.
Yeah, but mate, because they're already bottom, we're not adrift at the moment.
You need and we're galvanised to get that little spark, don't you? Galvanised, we get that 4 or 5 games, get 9, 12 points. Bosh, boom.
You shoot up the league, mate, don't you? But equally, if you lose a couple, when you're already bottom, you can get cut adrift a bit. And
yeah, well, we know that by you with FPL, you can get cut adrift. You know.
No. At the moment, like Risa's got them playing. The last 3 games, they've been a lot better. They look together. They're tactically better. They attacking better. And they've got a good squad, mate. Like, I'm not particularly worried about relegation, but I think it's a massive risk to keep him in charge, waiting for Bilic till January, because I also think there's 2 or 3 real good managers out there.
Places like Lincoln City and stuff.
Mate, there's good managers out there at the moment for championship level, which they could get immediately. And it's just the way it's set up. They got all the people who make the decision about a manager, not one of them have got football experience. Not one of them. They're all businessmen. So it's like, until that changes, it's going to go round and round and round every 18 months. So there we go, mate. It is what it is.
Right, predictions.
Go on.
Go on, what?
What did you say, Ian?
Predictions. Go on, what was you going to say?
I was going to say Harry Maguire's out for a month as well. So there's some injury problems for United coming into the Brentford game on the weekend. But let's bring up...
We've still got 4 centre-halves available.
When's that young
Lindelof,
lad back?
Johnny Evans, De Ligt, Martinez, and Euros not closely. Well, up 2 weeks.
Is he that close? A couple of weeks? Because Mazraoui's out, isn't he?
In August. We're in, what? October now. How long's the pin ankle? Even ligaments. What? 8 weeks.
All right. So it's the full injuries coming out of the international break. Mazraoui's out for a bit after he had heart palpitation, so he's got to have an operation.
Martinez might be back.
Kobe Mainoo. Garnacho not selected for Argentina due to a knee injury. Amad Diallo returned to recover from an illness.
Garnacho's what? Not available?
No, well, he didn't play for Argentina because he had a knee injury.
Right,
Ahmad is ill. Sorry, Ugarte went off injured against.
You want me to tell you the team now?
Go on.
Right, the team will be Onana, Martinez, Johnny Evans, De Ligt, Dalot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Garnacho, Ericsson, Ugarte, Fernandez, Rashford, Højlund.
Who you got a left back?
Martinez.
Any chance they played our young lad at left back? What's his name?
Possibly.
Harry.
Possibly. Why not?
They'll
give you more fight than if they come from the youth. They'll give you everything.
Luke Shaw and Mason Mount will be assessed.
Right. Well,
so
hopefully
maybe Luke Shaw will play football eventually again. Right, let me get these predictions up. Assuming United, just while I get these predictions up, mate. If Ten Hag stays, where do you think United will finish in the league from now?
I don't know.
So we're 17th.
I was thinking it was going to finish fourth, but looking at Chelsea now, and Tottenham, I like to look at Tottenham as well. They'll turn it around eventually because I like to look at them, even though they've had a bad result recently. That's the first bad result they've had, but he just needs to plan B in. He can't just continue to do what he does. Fourth or fifth. I said fourth, so I'm going to stick with it. Fourth or fifth.
Right, I've done my predictions already. So, first one up is United versus Brentford. Go on.
1 minute, I've got to get mine up.
Oh, unprepared. I've got 2-1 United, me.
2-1 United.
I do like Brentford, and I like their manager, but United at home, 2-1, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go 1-0.
And then I've got same result in this one. I've got Newcastle 2, Brighton 1 at Newcastle.
I'm going to go 2-2.
2-0. Fulham versus Aston Villa. I went 3-2 to Aston Villa.
I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham. Fulham will look good this year, and they're at home.
They have Harry Wilson banging form as well.
So, yeah.
Bournemouth and Arsenal.
Arsenal 3. Bournemouth 1.
I got 3-0 to Arsenal. Wolves, Man City.
Uh, 4-1.
Right, so I've gone 4-1 as well. I'll just
I'll
change
go
it.
3-1 then, yeah?
It's all right. I'm going to go 4-0 anyway. I'm changing it.
I've got 3-1 anyway, so I'll change it.
Wolves have lost 5 on the bounce, so.
Oh, and Liverpool, Chelsea.
Liverpool, Chelsea's a big one. Chelsea look good, mate, recently. But Liverpool have also won 5 on the bounce, been scoring goals. Should be a good game, man. I've gone 2-2, me.
2-1, Liverpool.
There we go. The results are in. And as is tradition, mate, we got to also do the Cardiff City prediction. Cardiff City are at home to Wayne Rooney's Plymouth at 12:30 Saturday. What you got there?
Hmm. 2-2.
I got 2-1 to Cardiff because they've looked pretty good recently, and I think Wayne Rooney's banned off a touchline because he got sent off, didn't he, in the last game?
Right, possibly, yeah.
Well, Plymouth, I like the way Plymouth playing, though, mate. And as we discussed in the summer, I always felt like he would do a decent job with a full pre-season because all the teams he's managed, like Birmingham and even in America, I don't think he had a full pre-season and stuff. So you can see that they're playing the way he wants to play, and I think they'll do all right this year, Plymouth. So yeah, I got 2-1 Cardiff though. Any plans for the weekend, mates?
No, nothing, mate. Just
no golf.
My lad's got a football game, cup match. So That'll be, where's that at? That is at Moorside Rangers. That's at my old school. 10 o'clock kick-off, 9:30 meet. So other than that, golf Sunday. Oh, mate, shot a 69 on Sunday. I was cooking on gas. I was like super Sunday Tiger Woods. All I'm missing was a red T-shirt.
You know why that was, don't you?
Eagles and everything, mate. Like from fucking 240 yards, me 3-wood, bosh, 6 foot away. Oh, it's on fire.
Beautiful. But you know why that was, mate, didn't you? It's because last Thursday, I gave you another pep talk and you're flying again. It's all in the head, mate. It's all about mentality. And I just seem to be able to hit those notes.
Why the fuck are you 40 positions behind me in FPL? Your knowledge is absolute piss poor. Tried to help you. And what? Making the show look bad.
Floating in the fantasy league.
Like that for about fucking 5 minutes. Where the fuck's that?
What's the next UFC fight now? There's one this weekend, isn't there? Against what's his face? He's fighting
John Jones. John Jones
Pereira and Anthony Hernandez.
Pereira's just fought.
Michel Pereira is fighting Anthony Hernandez.
John Jones next month.
Is it? When's that? 308.
Stipe.
Oof, there's a fight now. I tell you what's going to be a wicked fight is Max Holloway versus Tapiria. That is going to be banging. And Robert Whittaker versus Chimaev. Oof.
Yeah.
Going to be some bombs thrown in that.
Some good stuff.
And I think that's the one which Oban's fighting on as well. We might be doing next one. Is that the one at Madison Square Garden? I don't. I'll have a look. But 309 is John Jones, isn't it? Yeah. So what's that? It's the weekend after my birthday. Michael Chandler versus Oliveira as well. And some good fights on that card, isn't it? Beautiful. Right, mate. As always, a pleasure. It's always a good time. And we'll be back next Thursday to talk all things football. Hopefully for you, mate, you can get 3 points because it feels like it's been quite painful for you this year as a Manchester United fan. So I hope that you're able to.
It's what it is, mate. I've seen it enough. I'm old enough. I've seen it enough, and I've seen it firsthand. So I've been lucky to see a lot of. How many cups? Premier Leagues? 13 Premier Leagues I've seen lifted.
What was your favourite one to be at?
First one was good because it was so long.
So what's that, 92?
I did, 92, 93, yeah. The Blackburn game. Yeah, very good.
When Gary Pallister scored the free kick.
Gary Pallister, Arcade and Paul Ince scored. Yeah, they won 3-1. So, yeah, that was a good one. And the treble. Can't miss the treble out. Treble was good. Barcelona. That whole year, I probably missed one. I think I missed one game, Bromby away. So, yeah, it was a good year that year. Barcelona, stayed in Lorette de la Mar for the week and travelled to Barcelona tonight. That was a good week. Went to Milan, went to Juventus, I went everywhere. So yeah, good.
Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final.
The FA Cup where I'm on the pitch. Go and check it out. I'm on YouTube. I'm jumping on that kid. Stiff arming a steward right in the face when he tried to grab me. I was like, I was like, JPR Williams, bosh in a bit.
Good times.
Get out there. Stiff arm. Get off, stupid. Bosh. And then I jumped on him and went, fucking get off me, you dick, me leg.
The thing is, mate, because you was there for all those
Stone Island gear on.
You bang into it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
what a celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go, though. Good times, mate. Good times, isn't it?
But no, the 92, 93 and the treble, probably. They're the most memorable.
So what was the last time?
That's what I mean. Got to let other people, let Liverpool City now have their fun. Go cycles.
What was the last one you were at? when you were going like week in, week out, when you won the league and that?
Oh, I don't know. Probably
because when did you stop?
2009, 2008, 2009, when Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney front three. Come on,
what an attack that is.
No, yeah, come on.
So that was when you stopped going week in, week out. Then was about
No,
that time.
after that, probably when Ronaldo left. Probably about 2010, 2009.
Was that just like an age thing that you stopped going?
Yeah. I was playing as well, so it's difficult when you're playing and stuff, or coaching kids. It's because I've done probably about 500 games. I can't be asked.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
So,
yeah. One day, mate, we'll do a proper. We'll maybe when there's no games on or whatever. Maybe the next international break, we'll have a good nostalgia episode, and we'll kind of go through some football memories and stuff and some stories.
Sweet.
Sounds like always a good time for some nostalgia. But mate, a pleasure as always.
I had to get Clayton Blackmore up because we were thrown out of the hotel and he was driving me home. That was in Bangor. It's funny that. Clayton, what? It's about 4 a.m. Hey, can you lift home? He's like, what? He said, yeah, we've been thrown out of the hotel. Why was you thrown out of the hotel? Some dickhead was flying about with fire extinguishers. I'm not going to say who it was, but yeah, good times.
We'll have to get it Clayton on one day. Well, obviously, you know him.
Yeah, I was banned at this time, so he used to drive me. He lived in Worsley
as well.
Yeah, he lived in Worsley. He lived in Worsley at the time, and they used to give me a lift because I was banned. So yeah, it was good.
Good times. Right. Nice one. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in, and we'll be back next Thursday. If you're a Cardiff fan, check out, or Championship fan, check out Cardiff City World, and we'll have some stuff up over the week. But we'll see you next week in a bit.
Laters.